Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am Harrison Graham. We got some news to get into as Kyle Long has signed a one-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Keep it tuned to this channel because we have all of the updates regarding Chiefs Kingdom this offseason. And Kyle Long, a player that we talked about a couple of videos ago that was scheduled to visit with the Chiefs, well, now he has signed with the Chiefs on a one-year deal worth up to $5 million. And if you missed our previous video when we talked about Long, he retired after the 2019 season, sat out in 2020, had a ton of injuries during his final 4 seasons with the Chicago Bears, played in less than 50% of those games from 2016 to 2019, but he's back. He's reportedly in shape at about 315 pounds and wanted to sign with a contender, and that is exactly what the Kansas City Chiefs are as they continue to retool their offensive line. This is certainly an interesting signing. The 3-time Pro Bowler from 2013 to 2015, first 3 years of his NFL career before the injury bug really started to hit Kyle Long. I think this is an interesting move for Brett Veach because you look at this and you're like, will Kyle Long start for this team? Maybe, maybe not, because obviously Joe Thuney is going to start at left guard, and I think Kyle Long will compete at right guard. More on that in a second. I did want to throw in this note from Jay Glazer of Fox Sports saying, as you can imagine, Kyle Long spoke with Patrick Mahomes, who had a big difference in his decision-making here. So, rewind the clock a little bit. Kyle Long met with the Raiders a couple of days ago, actually had a longer meeting than expected, and it seemed like, oh, Kyle Long may sign with the Raiders, even stayed an extra night. Well, decided to hop on that flight anyway, visit with the Chiefs, and they persuaded him to sign with Kansas City. Raider Nation in absolute shambles. What is your one-word reaction to the Chiefs signing Kyle Long? Let's hear it from you guys down in the comment section. One word that comes to mind following this signing. My one word? How about competition? I think that's something the Chiefs have preached a lot over the years, especially in the Andy Reid era, is you got to compete every single day, and I don't think Kyle Long was guaranteed a starting job here. Now, maybe they move on from LDT, who opted out last year, obviously decided to put his doctorate to good use and fight COVID-19 up in Canada this year. He's planning on coming back this year, so I think it'll be a competition between him and Kyle Long. Jeff Schwartz indicated on Twitter maybe Kyle Long could be in play at right tackle. I believe that Lucas Niang is the favorite to have that job, but he's not played a single NFL snap in his career, so maybe right tackle could be an option for Mr. Long. We'll have to wait and see. I think that's more about how they feel about Niang's development. If they feel he's ready to go, I would guess he's the favorite to start at right tackle. Then maybe it comes down to Kyle Long and LDT for that right guard spot. But he signed with Kansas City, in my opinion, with no guarantee that he will start this upcoming season, which speaks a lot about how he views his return to the NFL and how he feels about the Chiefs organization as a whole. Who will start at right guard this upcoming season? Type KL for Kyle Long, type LDT for Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. I'm going to lean LDT. He knows the scheme. Both these guys didn't play last year, so it's a very similar situation, but Long does have more of an injury history there, so keep that in mind, KL or LDT. Subscribe to us here at the Chiefs Report because we're keeping you guys up to date on everything happening during NFL free agency. First it was Joe Thuney, now it's Kyle Long. I think the Chiefs are still pretty active on the free agent market as well. We'll cover any move that happens here on this channel. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. And something Brett Veach has done and has made clear, because we all freaked out, oh, Eric Fisher, they cut him, Mitchell Schwartz, which are 2 moves I told you was very possible just a couple of months ago, and we all freaked out when it happened. He's made offensive line a priority since that, right? You pay Joe Thuney the big bucks, 5 years, $80 million. You bring in more depth and competition in Kyle Long. I would guess left tackle is still in play, which, by the way, they were very much in play with Trent Williams until the very end, and then the 49ers were like, screw it, we'll make him the highest paid tackle in NFL history. So the Chiefs were in on him as well. So I think the Chiefs have been aggressive. They're retooling this offensive line, which is something that'll make Patrick Mahomes very, very happy. So Kyle Long in the fold. We'll see where they go from here on the offensive line. We do want to do a mailbag very, very soon, so get your questions in now. Use hashtag Chiefs in the comment section, and I will dig through the best ones, and we will answer as many as we can on an upcoming mailbag for this weekend. So use hashtag Chiefs. Get your questions in. Ask me about the draft, free agency, whatever it is. We'll answer as many questions as we can. Let's hit a couple of other news items, and then we'll call it a day here on the Chiefs Report. Second-round tender for Charvarious Ward, which means that if a team signs him, they're going to have to send the Chiefs a second-round pick. That's not going to happen, not for Charvarious Ward, so he will be back in the fold for this next season. That's the advantage of having him as a restricted free agent. Certainly up and down this past year. I thought he was better in 2019, but good value, cheap player. I think he will certainly compete for a starting job again in 2021. Byron Pringle, he also gets tendered as a undrafted pick from a couple of years ago. This was predictable. We knew this was going to happen for Byron Pringle. That means he will be back for very cheap, about $2.5 million, and I think he's got a chance to compete for that number 3 wide receiver job in 2021, depending on what else the Chiefs do in free agency and in the draft. Good for him, hard worker, core special teams player, and a guy I think can continue to develop and be not a focal part of the offense, but a contributing part of the offense as a number 3, number 4 type of receiver. Let's talk Ben Niemann now. He's back on a 1-year deal. Haven't seen the contract numbers on this one. I assume it's $2-3 million, going to be pretty cheap there. Actually played quite a bit last year, had 44 tackles, a sack. He got more run as the season went on. Guys like Anthony Hitchens and Damian Wilson got banged up. I don't think Damian Wilson will return this next season, so Ben Niemann could have a role again next year. We'll see how Willie Gay develops as well, as he was the second-round pick from a year ago. But Ben Niemann back on a 1-year deal. And then Nick Keizer. Oh, we love Nick Keizer. He had some critical drops last year. He's been tendered also, though. Depth tight end, number 3 type of guy. They do value his special teams. He plays on 3 or 4 of the special teams units, which has value if you are a depth tight end, receiver, whatever it is. So hopefully he's not the number 2 guy. I know Zach Ertz trade rumors have been circulating a little bit when it comes to the Chiefs. That would certainly be an interesting move, but Keizer back in the fold. Ideally, he's your number 3 tight end and a core special teamer. So who should the Chiefs sign next? They've made more moves than a lot of us anticipated. Kudos to Brett Veach and this front office for getting the job done. Who's next? What should Kansas City do for the remaining part of NFL free agency? Plenty of big names out there. Do they bring back Sammy Watkins, Demarcus Robinson? Do they get an external guy? Still have some money to work with, so let us know what you guys think the Chiefs should do with their next move. Quick reminder, want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Like we said earlier, breaking down the latest news and rumors. And don't forget about our mailbag, #Chiefs in the comment section. We'll answer as many of your questions on an upcoming video, so go ahead and ask away.